This is moving towards the end of times. Jesus has given us very detailed information. You see, God's Word, it's not a random collection of stories. So, well, that's a coincidence. How he knew that was going to be 3.5 years. How they knew that was going to be. God's Word is your past and your present and your future. I'm just encouraging you to learn from it. I want to encourage you too. We stay in Daniel 9:27 that there's God's sovereignty in all things. And you might think, man, that sounds terrible, the desolation of abomination and all these things. And Daniel 9:27 tells us, but until that time, he will continue to desecrate all that is holy, even until the consummation, which is determined, is poured out on the desolate. Now, what that's talking about, the consummation, is the destruction, the completion, or the failing of. In His timing, God will pour out His final judgment, His wrath on His enemies, which are the desolate. And these are the signs of the end of their evil actions. When we're talking about the end of the consummation, the pouring out of God's wrath, this is what we're talking about in the second coming of Christ, when He establishes His millennial kingdom, 1,000-year reign of peace. God doesn't just take His hand off, but there's signs and there's times and there's actions that are going to occur. And God is telling us what's going to happen. God is encouraging us to be aware of what's happening.